You're listening to the Here for the Clout podcast. Here are your hosts, Sherilyn Dale and Cece Suarez. Yeah, baby.
Hello, Clout Queens, Kings, and in-betweens. Welcome back to the Here for the Clout podcast. I am one of your hosts, Chelsea Suarez, and I like to turn back time. And this dream guest on my podcast is Sherilyn Dale.
Dream guest on my podcast.
Dream guest on my podcast?
I'm still loving that. Chelsea actually did the voice like right before, so
Dream guest on my podcast. It hurts.
yeah, it does.
It
It does.
Whoa! That's what Cher does.
You look so hot.
Thanks. I look more like Dua Lipa than Cher right now, and I did a little trick to make my eyes less hooded where I put glue in my crease and then stabbed something into it
Nice.
and like pushed it back so that my glitter could show. There's glitter everywhere in here.
It's
Just put
really
on
nice
these
glitter.
nails. I wore this for my 30th birthday.
It's giving gay pop icon.
It fits better now than when it did when I was 30.
Perfect. Love that for you.
Yeah. So happy Pride Month to all the gentle thems and ladies. And yeah, we are dressed up as gay icons.
Yeah, I invented gay pop, so
Exactly. She did not tell me what she was going to do. And I'm happy that she didn't because this is glorious.
thank you. I've been excited for this for 2 days. I woke up this morning like Christmas. I was like, I have to get up and get ready to party with the best of them. And I'm going to go down to the river. Yeah.
I love
Do
it.
you? That's me as a friend, actually. Yeah, 100%.
Well, love that. So let's go ahead, I think, and get right on into it, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
You know who isn't a gay icon?
Who?
The person we're talking about today. I don't know what that segue was. I'd like to formally apologize.
We don't know
but-
anybody that we're talking about today.
No, because
Make sure
once
to have a nipple
again,
come out.
I love nipples. Once again, we are very busy, booked and busy, and I mean, we know a bit about it because we are the ones who send it over to Kelly and are like,
Oh, I
"We
know
don't-"
nothing, so you must have been the one
Oh,
who sent over.
I do. I didn't want to fully like cover up my dress with my blanket, so I'm using Bean's blanket. It's basically a napkin. It's very small. Anyways, so we have a wedding photographer situation here, and I love these because a lot of times these wedding situations are like, okay, I'm on this person's side. No, wait, now I heard the other side. Now I'm on their side. It's fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Did y'all have you had a professional photographer, right? At yours in Cabo?
Oh,
Mexico?
yeah, she's like one of the best. She's been like published lots of times. She even did like Kelsey Wells stuff. Like she's unbelievable.
I love that for you. Yeah, I love our wedding photographer that we used. I was going to use my family photographer that like everyone in my family uses, but she was a little bit too expensive back then. Actually, let me say this. I was paying for it and I could not afford her. So then I used this other photographer and she was amazing. She did so good. She did our engagement photos and our wedding photos, obviously because it was all in one package.
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel like it really captured, the night, and we had so much fun. When I look back at those, I like feel like I'm there and it makes me so happy.
That's like what I feel like with ours. That was like the only thing that I was really like, this is what I want to spend my money on. Like it's just like capturing that day because I know like it's over so fast. So that was like really like the only thing like in the budget, right? Because we did destination, so there was like a nice little package that came with it. And then I was like, okay, this is what we are gonna just kind of really allocate things to. It's just the wedding photographer, and she was so fun. So was her second shooter, and they just made the whole day and night unbelievable. So yeah, I think that's very important.
And you were happy when you got all your pictures back?
Oh, like beyond. But like I looked and like I knew exactly like what I wanted. Like I did like a little bit of like the more like filtered, not filtered, but like, you know, like the moodier lighting. So yes, like for some people at a beach, if you're wanting like bright and colorful and not like muted, you know, like you've got to look for those things. I didn't want it to be like overly like, I don't know, I find like some of it can be very cheesy when it's like super, super bright. And then I love just like authentic photos. So I'm like, if like I'm
Same.
ugly crying or anybody's like ugly crying, like don't worry. Like, and that is something that looking in her portfolio does. Like she's so unbelievable at like capturing just like
Yeah.
raw emotions.
Same.
So that
that's what I wanted too. I was like, I don't want like the staged photos and like everyone posing together, because like there were so many weddings that I'd seen where it's like, okay, here's the groom with this groomsman, and then this one, and then this one. I was like, I hate that. The only like posed ones we actually did were like
the family,
like at the altar.
Yeah.
Like afterwards. And
yeah, we did that. Like just got like a family shot. Yeah, like here, put that on your mantle or whatever. But then other than that, everything was just like that day.
Yeah. Loved it so much. What's your favorite picture from your wedding?
The one that's coming to mind right now is my mom like holding Oriana in the sand and she's having a meltdown, like screaming, crying, and my mom's like laughing, like smiling. I don't know, there's so many though. There's too many.
I love that.
There's literally too many.
Yeah, same. There's me and Tony took over the DJ booth. That was one of my favorite ones. And then there's one of when we're on the dance floor after I told him that I wasn't wearing any underwear because I forgot to like bring my bridal underwear to the church to change into. And then he grabbed my butt while we were having our first dance and he's like getting a full handful. I love that one. And then my brother's sitting on Tony's lap during like a few of his groom portraits. That was a good one too.
Soup's cute. Yeah, I there's just too many.
Love it. Well, this girl didn't have that experience, and
which is very sad. That's actually so sad. Like we just like literally bragged. I actually feel horrendous. I forgot what we were talking about for a second. They all sucked.
Yeah, but here's the thing is that a lot of people have seen this girl's like rustic wedding and whatever, and are like, okay, well, like, what do you expect? But listen, there are some photographers that they could take a picture of you next to like a dumpster, and it can be fucking beautiful. Like,
my sister-in-law.
Yeah, well, our family photographer, like, it's wild.
My sister-in-law does take pictures in front of dumpsters and, like, run down, like, motels and, like, convenience stores that are shut down and, like, in shopping carts and make it look like Vogue.
Exactly, yeah. And I did not get that vibe with this
person?
With these pictures. Okay, so the worst wedding photographer ever, apparently. And this was on June 6th, which is ominous because that's D-Day. You're welcome, France. So when that's a joke, calm down. So when TikTok user, don't know how to say that name. Anyways.
S5A3V5N.
It's just.
Is it supposed to be like.
I'm scared. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Receive their wedding photos back. So this person recently got married. She has only posted 6 videos to her TikTok. So it seems like a situation where it's like, okay, I'm specifically making a TikTok to do this.
Talk about this.
So the first one she posted, it said, POV, you get your wedding photos back. Guess how they turned out. And she didn't show any of them, right? And people were just like, oh, dear God, not again. The comments are saying, show us immediately. Normalize showing people what you're talking about. I asked for all the raw images because I wasn't really happy with their selection. This is another person's comment. Turned out there were so many better pictures that didn't make the cut. Some of the unedited ones even looked better, which is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That some people do that. Then she posted another one, again, with copyrighted music, and it says just a little something to take the edge off, and she's like pretend smoking like a
what is
cannoli
like
or something.
Yeah, like
and
is
it
that
says,
little chocolate cigar?
Yeah, I think so. And it says, just me and my emotional support snack after seeing those wedding photos. And people are like, girl, I swear to God, if you don't show us, like, you're edging, stop teasing us.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah. And then she posted another one that said, I'm working on the reveal. And she's like, I'm like I'm new to like TikTok and like I'm just like an average Joe. Like I'm just like a normal person. So I'm getting stage fright. It's actually kind of endearing.
Hey guys, actually just a regular Joe here, so I'm having a little bit of stage fright. I also, before I post the reveal, which I will do, I just wanted to like kind of do a little bit of context or some disclaimers that first and foremost, I'm not out for blood. I will not be sharing anything about this specific photographer. I'm going to try to keep it as private as possible. I think I will reveal the pictures because it's, I have to, obviously. But yeah, I'm not trying to ruin anyone's career. I also will say we had a very short engagement. So everything was last minute. Wedding planning turns out super freaking stressful and difficult. I didn't have like a planner, and so it was just wild. So of course the photographer was last minute as well. I did see the work, and this is the most kind of important part, is that I knew that based on the work, I had an expectation that the pictures were going to be pretty raw. Like I was not expecting great edits or necessarily even amazing angles. But the pictures ended up being like, I feel like I look pretty good in most of them. Sorry, not to take my own horn, but and my fiance and stuff as well. Certainly in plenty of pictures, and I will crop things to make it work. But there's ended up kind of cutting out like most of my decor that I spent days putting up myself physically, and like it cropped out like the 100-year-old hand-cut wooden beams in the ceiling and this huge fireplace that was probably like 20 foot tall, and the drapes that I hung on the fireplace, which while they were probably measly compared to the fireplace, I wanted the fireplace to shine. There were like candles in the fireplace lit, and along the side, like there were these bookshelf things on the side that were candles, and they were lit. And I think maybe some different angles, some different perspective would have made a difference. And so that being said, I take full responsibility, and now I'm just sharing for funsies.
Then there is this one with copyrighted music, of course, because why not? That says, for reference, the venue without decor. I don't even have pics of the decor. I didn't have my phone. And so it's like this rustic, like stone cabin looking thing.
Yeah.
And then she says, yes, it was very rustic. And there's like, it's giving.
Wait, are these the store? Are these the photos? No. Are these the photos?
I think so. Maybe. Yes. Yeah.
These look like they were taken on an iPhone, like that, like your mom takes before like everyone gets there to make sure, like a couple shots of like things are at least like covered.
There's the only picture we got of the candles, not lit.
Oh my God. She is fucking gorgeous in her dress with the flowers and the flowers in her hair, and oh my God, I'm gagging. The photo, I would be upset.
Yeah, she looks amazing, and like I can understand the vision. Once I saw her like in that, I was like, okay, I get it. And she said, during this, I remember saying, hey, should I move to the other side of the room so all this stuff isn't behind me? Like hangers and garment bags and like a bunch, right?
Oh my God.
And she said, thankfully, we got the first kiss, but only a scrap of decor, which it's like, why isn't this photo like straight on?
Yes, why isn't it straight on, zoomed out, like...
Yeah, and then it says, no decor but the exit sign. This was the angle for all three of our first dance pictures.
Oh my... No! With her walking with her eyes closed. She's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm devastated for her. No, these look like I took them like on my like camera from like 92.
As you're sprinting by.
Oh no.
And she said, like, cute, but weird angle. And she's right. I mean, it's like off center. And yeah, she could have just like cropped it and it could be like the TikTok, like, you know, aspect ratio, whatever. But yeah, it's very strange.
But these aren't even like even color graded or
Mm-mm.
this is horrible.
Yeah.
I feel horrible saying that, but I thought that this was just her taking up close picture, like her or her family member that was just like trying to show like an example of like the decor and stuff like that. And then maybe we were going to like later see how the photographer incorporated it or didn't. No, this was from her.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It's good comments. Kelly put her favorite comments and it says, the photographer made it look like you got married in the Blair Witch house. And so someone also did Blumhouse take these photos? Oh my God. That's so great.
Oh my goodness. Another one. This is even more upsetting because you are serving so hard. And yes,
Yeah.
literally, that's what I'm so upset about.
Yeah.
The vision that could have come from this. Like, I feel like my photographer, like Lorcan, like she could have.
Same with mine. Mine was so like our pictures from, it's a great example is the ones of our like first family portrait, like our first family photo shoot after we brought Bean home. It was like, oh, it's his newborn shoot 2 months later.
No,
because
yeah,
she was on vacation.
It's for the best.
Yeah. And then I was like,
They don't look as alien-y also. Like, honestly, it is for the best.
Yeah. They want to do them sooner because they can like then like fold the baby up in like little,
Yeah.
you know, but it was great. And we got all the ones we wanted. And I was like, okay, like we're still in this apartment and we like don't have like decor and it's like not cute. And she's like, and I was like, and his nursery is like / my office. Like it's not good. And she was like, that does not matter. It is okay. And then like my maternity shoot, y'all know how those turned out. Oh my God. With my Demi Moore moment with my naked belly.
Oh, right. Yes. Yeah.
And remember actually, I don't think we were super, super close then. I probably cried to you about it. My mom and sister, especially my mom, was like so offended and like tried to get me to take them down.
Why? Because you had your belly out?
Because I was naked on the internet.
Yeah, but I mean, we couldn't see the goods.
Exactly. That's what I said. In a few, you could see my butt crack, but it's a butt crack. I wanted to remember that moment forever because I loved, like I felt so beautiful and like empowered in those pictures. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love
Plus, I never knew if I was going to be able to get pregnant again, you know?
100%, yeah. Or would have ever gotten pregnant to begin with. That was like such a emotional, hard journey for you to get through. So, of course, like capture every damn second of it.
Yeah, Linda, shut up.
Yeah,
sorry, Mom, I love you. I'll remove all my social media right now. Anyways, so yeah, it's like you, even if you're working with like nothing, a good photographer can work with nothing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Which they didn't have nothing. They had actually like a good aesthetic.
Well, even the backdrop, like you didn't even really, like even like she said, it's like you didn't even really need a lot of the decor in there and preferred, you know, because of like that brick, you could do so much with that.
Mm-hmm. So the saga continues though. It doesn't just end there. Thank God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we hear from the photographer?
Girl, I hope so. So last updated as of 6/8, she posted a get ready with me video and talks about going viral, and then we will play it at 2x speed.
Get ready with me while I tell you.
Girl, the way she just flipped in, I love her.
Overnight. Well, for stars, it's pretty freaking crazy. I genuinely thought like I was gonna post that and it was gonna get 0 views. I had like 0 followers and had never had any significant views before, so that was just off the wall. Sorry, you're like stuck to my mirror, by the way. Sorry if I got in your personal space. I don't know. I figured it wouldn't get any views, I would delete it in a day or two, but then it started gaining some traction. Even whenever it was like at 27,000, I was like, oh, that's crazy. And every second I was expecting it to stop, but it just kind of kept snowballing. And then I was like, I might have made an error. I did start to freak out a little bit. If you were in an auditorium with that many people, I could never. I would get stage fright. I can't do any public speaking. This is so public. At the same time, I'm in my bathroom alone. So that's a crazy mental game. I guess there were a few factors that made it pop off. just in case like you wouldn't know because you're trying to, honestly, because girl, when I did the video, I recorded it in TikTok and then the sound like automatically popped up. So I didn't pick that, but when it popped up, I was like, oh my God, that's so dramatic, hilarious. Okay, sure, I'll just use that. So I feel like it got pushed because I used what TikTok recommended. I also think that unfortunately it kind of just hit like a nerve for some people. Like I think a lot of people can relate, which is unfortunate. I did use some hashtags. I also interacted with like comments and stuff whenever that started happening. I don't know if that contributed, but and I still have no idea what I'm doing.
Okay, girl,
yet.
come on.
But I also thought, why would I turn my nose up at this opportunity the Lord has presented to me? I love watching TikTok, as we all do. I've got the good old brain rot, so there's nothing else to do about it. So I just think this could be fun now, I guess. I have pictures of wedding dresses I tried on but didn't choose. I could share that. I could share some other stuff, like let a girl know what you're interested in. And I'd love to get to know like all my new followers. 2,000 people is wild. I know it sounds so small, but I don't even know 2,000 people. Like, hey. Hi. Y'all know that sound? Always gotta go back and blend with your foundation brush. Katie Jane Hughes. If you know, you know. A few rapid fire things about me, I guess. I'm into books. I like to read. Fantasy, at guitar, obviously. I'm rocking with anxiety and a little bit of depressed though, probably like most of us are. I do hate to wear a bra, so that's uncomfortable. Don't look. We're just going to pick up a bed frame today, so I don't really need to be that ready. I thought I'd try out some transitions to put on my work clothes.
Okay, wait, that was a really good
It
transition.
was a learning curve to try to figure out TikTok. Like if you have no idea what's going on, it takes forever to edit videos actually. Like this is gonna probably take me hours. I have no idea what I'm doing. When I tried to post one video, I accidentally deleted it, like fully deleted it. And then I was like rushing, fully sweating, trying to get it put back up. So if you're trying to go viral, girl, figure it out first. Like start practicing creating like what you imagine. Like sometimes you see a posting like, oh my God, that'd be so fun or funny. Start doing that and just save it to your draft so you learn how to use like the little.
Is this just a video of her recommending how to go viral?
I'm annoyed with it. Yeah, so
Where's the story?
literally no story. So here's the thing though, is that like I'm rolling my eyes at that because it's like nothing you did made it go viral.
No. And at this moment in time, that's not, I mean, no, I guess there are a lot of people out there who are trying to like strive to go viral, but we've talked about this before. It's like, you don't want to go viral. Yes, if you want to build a career, but it doesn't happen overnight. Like start working towards it. Virality is not long. There's no longevity to it, to a viral moment. So,
yeah.
So we haven't heard from the photographer?
No, I really hope that she didn't pay a lot at all, because like that's awful. But yeah, it's kind of unfinished. However, you know what isn't unfinished? How much I can't stand Lily Tino.
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous now. And I hope you aren't all feeling like, you know, like, okay, you guys have already said this, but it's getting worse. And I think this is the worst part of it. And all the confirmation that anybody needs that this is rage bait.
Yeah.
And dangerous.
Yeah, and that's what we've said before. And we do, again, we'll have our favorite trans creators linked below. I did in our last video that we mentioned her briefly too. But yeah, we obviously want to support people who are, you know, doing good by the Alphabet Mafia. And we want to protect the, you know, smallest demographic in that, which is transgender people. And people that perpetuate and use rage bait when this stigma and stereotype of like, I'm trans and I'm going into a bathroom. And it's like, ma'am, please stop. Or like just this bull. And it is so dangerous because then I was
that's what's used and held on to for.
It's like, oh, those are trans people. And it's like, no, stop. Like, that's literally not like, that's not, I'm not trans, obviously, but it's like the gays don't claim her. We don't. And like, Google gobble, not one of us, you know? But anyways, it's just scary to think that there are people out there who will see Lily Tino's content and be like, oh my gosh, this is how all transgender people are, because potentially people, not even potentially, but we've seen it to where people who are not exposed to normal trans people who aren't that and aren't rage baiting, who quite literally just want to exist, you know, it's not good. They will then think
and use that as the representation, and they also use it for like their own validation and excuse of being like, see this. Yeah.
See?
That is what has driven me crazy about her. And also you want to be sensitive of being like, okay, well, is this person just a little bit like awkward and quirky and whatever? So like for a long time, like I struggled with that of being like, I can't, like I don't understand why
you
she's
hate her.
not understanding the harm. Yeah. And like why she's not like correcting the harm, right? Because it's like sometimes, yeah, some people make mistakes, and then you know, it's brought to your attention, you correct it, you learn and you move forward and adjust your content differently to be positive. That it's not happened. It's gotten worse. And this second trip to Disney, because this is the second time, and knowing full well how viral she went with the first time talking about the cake pops and stuff, we'll play this for you guys so that you, if you don't know what we're talking about, you can all get on the same page. But then a year later goes back and makes it worse. That, when I saw that, was like, you're a danger.
Yes, and keep in mind, it's not about, you know, a gay person talking, or because I obviously don't know her sexuality, but a transgender person talking about anatomy. And it's like, no. I think anyone going to Disney,
That's what it is. Yeah.
with children around them, it could be a cis white man, and using corn dogs, which I see that and I'm like, I do want a corn dog right now.
Corn dog real
Yeah, it
bad.
makes me want a corn dog real bad. Yeah, but using phallic shaped items and talking about your private parts, I don't care who you are, that's inappropriate. That's not age appropriate. It's not that it's like, oh, sexually inappropriate. No, it's not age appropriate. And you're doing things not age appropriate at Disney. And it's like, why are you doing it there? You literally could do it.
That's it.
At your own home. It's fucking weird that she does it there.
She goes to a restaurant every fucking day of the week and goes on live, gets her viewers to pay for her meals. First of all, do it at one of the restaurants that you go to every fucking day. That was strategic.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna get banned from Disney. I swear we're about to get banned from Disney. Last summer, I got my cake pops removed, and the plan up until recently was to get my marshmallow wand reconfigured into a marshmallow tunnel. Unfortunately, a few weeks ago, I noticed some hair regrowth on my marshmallow wand. That's bad because the outside of the wand is what becomes the inside of the tunnel. So you don't want hair growing there, or else it's very uncomfortable. So I talked to my surgeon, and he said that it would be best to postpone the procedure until after hair removal is complete. This is obviously disappointing because I was really excited to have a marshmallow tunnel sooner. That being said, it is still happening. We're just not sure when it's happening. Hair removal is a fickle thing, and it's really hard to predict when it will finish. But my hair removal technician thinks it will be before the end of the year. So, fingers crossed. Oh, God. Want some? My mom's here, by the way. The marshmallow tunnel.
and going back to, yeah, I'll let you just digest for a second. Ooh, wrong word. Going back to the danger again of this was taken at Disney. That went viral. People raged last year, rightfully so. Then in the midst of that, like of the other content that was created throughout the year, she dressed up as Miss Rachel to say, today we're going to learn about pronouns. And it's like you're using the character that's going to stop children and like using it as rage bait. You know what I mean? I understand there's like a point of like there are ways of teaching children like inclusivity, and you should like Miss
Rachel literally already does that because she has Miss Jules. We love Miss Jules in this household.
Yes, and that's it. It's like she's got it covered. She's got it covered. So this is
she's already got Miss Keisha and Miss Jules. Okay,
it's another example of being like you're doing this to perpetuate a false narrative and make it. You know what I mean? Like, and make it seem like you're, I don't know. I don't know. It just upsets me because it's very rage baity.
One could argue like, oh, well, that information really, isn't out there much and all that. And it's like, well, no, there are people documenting their transitions. For instance, to mention another gay icon, Gigi.
Gigi Gorgeous was amazing at documenting.
Literal trailblazer, pioneer.
Yeah.
and just absolute perfect human.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. So you can't even be like, oh, it's the information's not out there. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is out there. We don't need you talk about. Does this person have fans?
Yeah, I do feel like they kind of like Elizabeth, like they come and they like believe the narrative, like of being like, oh, I do think that she's just trying to educate and her content is, like educational.
No,
but
it's
when you
not.
look back at that layer, it's like the way she's delivering the information is there's an agenda behind that. Dressing up as Miss Rachel, knowing that is going to upset a certain crowd when they look into that, and give them that validation of lumping all trans people together
yes.
as
Okay,
that's the action. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So then it's like you have to like see it for what it is, and that's hard, right? Because I do feel like a lot of people are becoming more curious and understanding, and then you come across someone like this that's going viral for all the wrong reasons, and then that's the person that you're looking at and looking to. And of course we don't want to like say something that's, like you don't want to prejudge, which was what I was struggling with, because I was like, okay, I get the message, but why are you choosing it this way?
Yeah, it's very problematic. Very, very, very problematic. And I think I just keep going back to it's dangerous. And I think a lot of, I was happy to see, obviously not happy to see, but I was feeling validated to see actual trans creators that I like talking about it and being like, no, this is like, yeah, make fun of her, whatever. But like, this is problematic. Like that needs to be talked about. And trans creators who are like, this scares me. Like, I don't want people to think that we are the same. Like, we are not the same. I am not like that. And most trans people literally just want to exist and are not like that. And Lily Tino is not protecting the dolls, okay? She's endangering the dolls.
That's the problem. And that's where I go, that you would think if you know that you are harming your own community, you would adjust.
But I don't think she thinks that she is.
And this is where we go to where I'm like, you don't give a fuck. You've been told by other trans people how much this upsets them, and like, don't do like you got to understand the rage bait behind all of this. And then this is where I'm like, I'm so done with Lily Tino. She goes back to Disney like last week, and that's where I was like, this is rage bait. Fuck you.
Well, and a lot of people had been like, oh, you got banned from, was it Disney World or Disneyland?
I think we'll find out right here.
Perfect. Well, people had said like, oh yeah, she got banned. And she's like, see, I didn't get banned. And now it's looking like she manifested getting banned. Okay. Is it the seeing if I'm banned from Disney?
Yeah.
So last year I made a video that a lot of people got upset by, where I talked about some things in Disneyland. A lot of y'all thought that video would get me banned from Disney, so let's see if that's true. I'm at the Disney World entrance about to try and get in, so let's see if that video really did get me banned. I paid for a hotel and the tickets, so it would be really unfortunate if that happened at this point. It's not a very long line to get in. Sweat on the brow. That's how I'm nervous. It's exciting. I love Disney World. Okay, so I just beep it here. Put the finger there. Oh, further in. I'm allowed in? I'm not banned from Disney. Wow. Huge news. Thank you. Y'all. I'm back. I'm back, baby. You can't keep me out of Disney. Marshmallow wands. Cake pops. Let's go. I'm here.
I love you.
Let's continue.
Okay, all right, perfect. Okay, so we saw that. Then you'd think this is where I would go, okay, maybe great. I'm not banned, and I'm just gonna go to Disney, and I'm gonna learn from my past mistakes.
You'd think.
I knew it upset a lot of people, especially people in the trans community. And I'm out here like just trying to help with my platform. You'd think you wouldn't do another fucking example like that. No. Then we'll talk about why she possibly actually did get herself banned because of like the bathroom after that.
Good for them for figuring out a way that they can like actually ban her.
From what I heard, it was somebody who saw themselves in the photo. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they're the ones that are like, I'm going to press charges.
Hell yeah.
So.
But also that in itself is another layer of the, you're talking about not reassignment surgery. What do we call it? Gender confirmation surgery?
Oh, okay. Yes.
Pretty
that
sure.
Sounds nice.
Right? Mm-hmm. Please correct me. Please educate me. The only time I will ask you to do that. But so talking about that, great. In an age appropriate setting. I'd have to say Disney World, Disneyland, well, you have kids around you yelling. Not great. For instance, if I was talking about my husband's penis with children around, not appropriate, right? Some would argue.
Why would you choose Disney to do that?
Exactly.
And that's a great example.
But it perpetuates the inherently sexual organs or sex organs, but then also the like the ideology that like, well, all LGBTQAI plus individuals are inappropriate for young people to even be around, like even for you to exist. It perpetuates that, and that's not okay. Mm-hmm. But then furthermore, the bathroom, no pun intended, perpetuates even more so trans women going into the women's room, into women's bathrooms, is dangerous and putting you at risk and taking pictures of you. Just imagine the headline that probably is already out there of trans woman banned from Disney World for taking pictures.
Well, she goes, even we're jumping ahead right now, but just 1 second. Even the caption on that video, trans woman uses woman's bathroom in Florida. She's made her own headline on her own TikTok video. And just wait till you see like what she says in it too. Like information that doesn't need to be included that perpetuates this. And it's okay if this is like what, like wherever people are in their journey. Because she says, she even includes, and I stood up. It's like you are catering to an audience and people who already are intolerant and uneducated and unwilling to be.
And ignorant, yeah.
Like,
you're making it worse.
Let's watch the horn dog. Let's watch the corn dog first.
Great. I think Disney's going to ban me for this one. My corn dog is still intact. I'm not happy about that, but sadly it takes a long time to turn a corn dog into a inverted corn dog. I do hair removal every week for 2 hours straight. It is not fun or easy, but once that is finally done, hopefully by the end of the year, they are going to take my corn dog. These ears do not want to stay on. They are going to cut it down the middle. This is not the best knife for this. They will then take off the outer lining of the corn dog. Okay, I'm actually impressed that I'm doing this good of a job. Like so. Flip it inside out and make something of a tunnel. This tunnel will then become, well, my hands are disgusting. Now you might be asking why I would do this or why anyone would do this. It sounds not fun. And I agree with you. I'm not looking forward to that recovery process. But know that this is not a decision that any of us take lightly. Our corn dogs do serve a purpose, but at the end of the day, I just don't like having it. It's not me. I look at it in the mirror and it's like, can we do something about that? And it turns out we can. But until then, I am making the most of my final days with my corn dog. Farewell to this thing that has served me not very well, but is what I was born with. It did its duty. R.I.P. I'm good.
Making the most of my final days with a penis. Babe, you just whacking it like a bunch? What are you talking about?
Literally, what are you talking about?
What do you mean?
What does that mean?
I don't want to know, although I do have questions. Yeah, that's also when I had that visceral reaction to her like slicing the thing, it's not because I was imagining that being a penis. It's because, I guess, yeah. I don't know. It's just that I'm traumatized. My sister used to make me and Julian watch like there was like a surgery channel that would show like surgery and
I feel like I remember this.
All that just like I can't. She's such a freak.
I love it. She's like, watch this.
Yeah,
one.
it was like it was like right before the like C-SPAN channel. And I'm like, can't we just watch like
Yes.
Parliament instead?
Yeah. I know exactly which one it is. Oh, yeah. Those were the days.
Yeah. So,
But yeah, so
that's unfortunate.
it's-
Also, does
yeah.
Lily Tino have, not that I want to know what color hair of like bush she has, but if you're, well, the reason I'm asking is because if you have red hair, you can't do laser hair removal. It's not going to work on you. The medical grade laser hair removal won't work. Do you know why I know? That's because I worked in sales for not Laser Spine Institute. I did do that too, but that was minimally invasive spinal surgery.
Right,
But
yes.
Ideal Image, the leader in laser hair removal across the US, and we had some in Canada too. However, I started their like inclusive like sensitivity training when it came to working with people who were transitioning, because obviously it's a big part of it, and getting your like it would be obviously like facial hair and a lot on like the neck, the chest, the back, and then obviously your private areas as well. And so I would work with a lot of people on that. And unfortunately, if you have blonde hair or gray hair or red hair, the hair lacks the pigment in it for you to be able to have like the medical grade lasers, because it's not just IPL, it's medical grade lasers when it's like the permanent laser hair removal. And that's typically what you're doing if you want it to be gone forever. And so it won't work on that. So when she said, "Oh, I do 2 sessions a week for this long," and I'm like, "Girl, I don't think it's gonna work."
It's not working then. Yeah, possibly. I've seen photos of her like prior to transitioning.
I thought you were gonna say private, so I was about to be like, "Babe."
I have seen photos of her privates. No, I haven't. And I think naturally she's brunette.
Okay. Then it
From
should work.
what I could tell. Yeah. Yeah.
But
I don't know.
also, hormones play a huge factor in that too. So we used to offer a lifetime guarantee package where you paid like an extra $300 or something. And then whenever if you needed like a touch up, you could come back. So we would have women who would get it done before pregnancy. Not like, oh, I'm going to get pregnant, like I need to do it now. It was like they earlier in their life had it, then they got pregnant. That's a huge hormonal change. And then it would sprout up again, or menopause, anything like that. But I don't know if like what medications or injections or hormones Lily Tino's on, but I would assume to like support that type of transition, like full on like surgical transition, you would need to be on some type of hormones. I don't know. I'm very ignorant when it comes to that. Again, educate me, babes. Come on, dolls, come through. Yeah, I don't know. Very interesting.
Yeah, it is curious. I as well. I would love to hear from more individuals who have like actually gone through the process. Yeah, especially because I also like I'm curious about like the hormone aspect, because for me, when I listen to trans creators like who have gone through it, within like that year of time, like their voice definitely changes. Like I'm thinking of like Gabby Tough right now, who had gone even from like taking like extra testosterone because of being like in like the WWE to now transitioning, and even her voice is like much more feminine. And I feel like Lily's hasn't changed, and whatever, maybe she's just decided I don't want to put that in my body, but I'd still like to like have like like the surgeries. But yeah, that's really interesting what you're talking about, like
the facial. I always mess up the second word. Can you say it? I can't say it. The facial feminization. Thank you.
Yeah.
So that surgery too, a lot of people have been like, "Girl, that's the same face." But
it's the same face. There was a forehead like brought the like a hairline.
There was a forehead that was there.
There was a forehead that was there, and it's still there.
Perfect.
No, it looked like it was just like a forehead whatever Kim Kardashian did got the forehead, but I think hers was down more. I believe she got her forehead like smaller.
When you get your forehead smaller. So yeah, fine, whatever, great. But so one of my favorite.
It wasn't like Dylan Mulvaney's. Like everybody, when Dylan did her reveal, that was a feminization surgery reveal. Same with Gigi. And Gigi's had a few, right? Like, so back in the day, like, again, like you said. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Gigi did a few. I don't know if, like, Dylan was just like, yo, we're just going to get this all done right now. But
And
that,
listen,
I think that's what people were feeling. I think that's what people were feeling.
Yeah. But also, so there's, y'all know how I always like to tell you about my, my like favorite Reddit pages that I come across. And it's like, Chelsea, why are you following r/beans? That's none of your goddamn business. Okay. It's just people that post pictures of beans. Or, r/what is my cookie cutter? Hilarious. But there is one that was, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it, but it was like basically people showing like, this is me, like their progress with like hormone replacement, right? And it's, oh my God, it's amazing. So it's like they're like my second week on it and then like 2 years on it. And it's just like, and they're just so much happier and it makes me so happy. And it's very, very positive, and I love it so much. And a lot of people are like, oh my God, I didn't even realize how much like I had changed. And it's
looking
just
back at it,
so joyful. Yeah, it's amazing. And so I don't want to speculate, obviously, as I'm about to speculate. I don't know. It just seems like she's not doing that, and I don't know much about like her transition, obviously, other than the hot dogs and marshmallow sticks of it all, unfortunately, because we've learned that against our will. But I just find that aspect of it interesting because there are a lot of people, and we will not say this or want to perpetuate that, but there are a lot of people who are like, is it more of a dead names there? Is it more of a Caitlyn Jenner situation where it's like, okay, are you more of like a, is it more of like a cross-dressing situation? Because that's what a lot of people have said about Caitlyn Jenner is like, okay, you're not this, you're actually, it's very strange.
I think initially, like for Caitlyn, I do believe that like obviously initially like years before like there was ever more people like coming out to be like, this is like, if you're thinking of this, like potentially it could be that like you've just always wanted to be a woman and that's okay. And like you've just been like kind of like struggling with that with forever. I do believe like Caitlyn Jenner is trans though. Like again, like went through with all the surgeries, did everything. I do know that also that's a little bit like of a dicey situation too because of her beliefs like politically and stuff like that don't help the community that she's supposed to like talk, you know, like be the face of all of a sudden, right? Like it's just it's a sensitive, like it's a sensitive subject in itself, and it just doesn't help when you have like these types of things. But yeah, like with Lily, I see that way more in Lily than I would in Caitlyn because of like just seemingly like not changing at all, like actually transitioning.
Hey, and this is a lot of nuance and this is an open conversation, okay? Also, as always, any transphobic, homophobic, any type of rhetoric in the comment section will not be accepted. That is never okay on our personal channels or this podcast channel, and you will be banned from our channel for life if you even give a little inkling of that in the comment section. That is not okay. Anyways, so would that be more so like a privilege thing? Like maybe. I mean, it's expensive. Maybe Lily Tino doesn't have, you know, the funds to like, I was about to say legally transition. You know what I mean? The
no. Yeah, like go. Yeah. Well, and she's also saying that there's some hurdles too. So I guess again, like you're saying, it's nuance. We have a lot of questions. We also aren't living like the same experience personally, so there's that factor too. I think my issue is not even there, like how long she wants to take to get to her destination or anything like that, because it's like, who the fuck are we to like say when you should be doing certain things? Like, this is the timeline, this is what you're supposed to do. That's not it. It's, you already know certain things that you say and do that cause you a lot of attention, but in getting you that attention, it harms your community.
Well, and yourself. I mean, that puts
and you
in
keep
danger,
doing
girl.
That's where I'm thinking that she doesn't care. And
someone's
why
got to punch her in the face. I'm joking. Don't do that.
You think you would care. Like, it's just so upsetting. So this next part that we're going to watch, this is what really took me over the edge here, was the washroom stuff.
Made it into Disney World. I don't really know what the deal is with bathrooms. You know, Florida is really conservative. I don't know what the rules are. Trans women are allowed to be in women's bathrooms, but I'm about to go and use the bathroom because I have to tinkle. If I get stopped, I get stopped, I guess. But I'm a woman, so I'm going to use the women's bathroom, and being in Florida or being in California or wherever isn't going to stop me. So I will report back in a minute once I have hopefully tinkled without issue.
3 minutes later.
That went as well as it could have gone. No one gave me any weird looks. Definitely no one stopped me. I walked in, I found a stall. I peed. I peed standing up, which is something I'm sometimes a little self-conscious about with the sound. I think, oh, is there someone peeing standing up there? But you know what? I peed standing up, and it was fine. And then I washed.
When have you ever heard someone peeing and being like, are you peeing standing up?
That's the thing. It's like, why add that? That's where I'm like, it's just information that didn't need to be used as a weapon later on towards somebody else.
Yeah.
You know what you're saying. You know what the you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I've literally never I don't concern myself with what's going on in the stall next to me. That's quite literally none of my business.
No one's business. I'm more worried about my like a toot squeating out on myself. I'm like more like clenching my cheeks to pee.
I'm trying to not forget my phone in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm focused on that. Yeah. Okay.
My hands and I left. And you know what? On my way out from the women's bathroom, I took a quick picture with someone who recognized me, and it was lovely. So overall, Disney World in Florida, 10 out of 10 women's bathroom experience for trans women. Would recommend.
I hate it here.
So that went further.
Of course it did.
That went further. Oh yeah, in our messages, I think it's the one above. Yeah, this is the ranking. So then she went further when people were pissed off, because that's what she does.
Mm-hmm.
She's just like, oh, that upset you? Wait, I have more ammunition.
Ranking every women's bathroom at Disney World. Do you want to go ahead and read?
Magic Kingdom entry, 8 out of 10. This was the first time using a women's washroom at Disney, so I was nervous, but thankfully nobody looked at me weird. That's the one that we would have seen. Tiffin's Restaurant, 2 out of 10. Got misgendered right before this pic, so the vibe was off. What's the vibe? You're going in to take a fucking piss. There doesn't need to be no fucking vibe. Do you ever walk into a bathroom, Chelsea, and go, what's the vibe here?
No, I'm trying to get in and out.
World Showcase entry. 10 out of 10. Got complimented on my fit, and there was no line for a stall. I do love that, actually. That is good information. I hate a line for a stall. Epcot bathrooms, 7 out of 10. Someone smiled at me on their way out, which felt good. Tower of Terror, 8 out of 10. Had a friend with me, so I felt safe. Again, what? Test track bathrooms, 9 out of 10. Someone inside told me I looked cute. Animal Kingdom entry, 3 out of 10. Someone gave me a weird look when I walked in, which felt icky. Epcot French restaurant, 10 out of 10. Told the server my pronouns and got called Mademoiselle.
Oh.
Overall, I felt very safe. Would recommend to any trans person.
Does that umbrella have fucking ears? That's
I
so
also
cute.
think the photos, like the selfie photos, are...
Listen, I get it's hotter in Florida. I do be living here. But Lily, we gotta get you a stylist, baby.
Lily needs a stylist so bad. I think that's part of it too. I'm just like, oh no.
Which, hey, again, we are coming from a place of privilege because women's outfits are geared towards, I mean, not even our body types, dear God, but
yeah, literally.
But not. However,
don't go into Zara anytime you want to feel good about yourself.
No, we don't go there. But not arguably to not fit your body type, and that is a struggle when you are transitioning or when you are a transgender.
It's okay to go up a size. It is, when I grasped that for myself, and again, it's not something we like to do, but if you're walking in somewhere, don't just be like, no, I refuse, and then just like try to fit into it just because of like the validation of the number. It's okay. I'm good with going up a size. That took me a really long time to get to, so I get it. But yeah, no, Lily does need help with the stylist department. She also needs a lot of help with just like stopping the fucking rage bait. Like, I'm so over it, and that's what's making me just, I don't know, not be able to get past it.
It seems like she was there for 3 days because there's 3 different outfits, right? I think it was 3 days. Because at first I was like, I thought it was one day, and I was like, how many times did you have to go pee? But again, she said she's taking advantage of every moment she has with her corn dog. So I guess, I don't know, man. But does that umbrella have ears?
Yeah, I saw that too. I
Lily,
wasn't
tell
sure
us
what's
that. That's what I want to know.
That's what we wanna
fucking
know.
cute. And also the ear headbands you have are really fucking cute too. Ooh, so we're taking Bean to Disney for his second birthday. Listen, might not like Lily Tino, but she's got it down with the neck AC thing,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
portable
yeah.
neck fan. Yeah, I need to remember to bring that.
Yeah, I hoard. I heard quite a few people doing that on like for a period of time. I got on like Disney Talk. I'll probably be back there now because of this, but that was like a reoccurring thing that I saw from the people, and I was like, you know what? That is brilliant. I might even do that. Like, we don't get like scorching hot here, but for the Stampede, I was invited to go there, and I was worried about like looking adorable and melting in the sun. So I'm gonna get one too.
I love it. Tony gets them for free.
Perfect. You guys are covered.
So people were not happy about that. And let's look at this one that I sent you.
Yeah.
Because it kind of goes over it more too.
Lily Tino, it's about time you get off that high horse. We've got Kayla May out here, and she is doing the Lord's work for us, y'all. Don't worry, I'm going to tag her so that you can go check out all these videos for yourself. First things first, we have someone who has come forward, and they are going to go ahead and press charges against Lily Tino. Thank you, sister. Thank you for standing up against evil and wrongdoings, because if we don't say anything, this is going to continue to happen. So thank you. So she's pressing charges against Lily Tino and Disney. Sister, we are behind you. Keep going forward. Keep up. Let us know, and I'm going to tag her too. Let us know, because we want to help. Whatever we can do. If we need to start a GoFundMe, we've got you, girl. So there is that, and I'm so proud to say that she is doing that, and maybe others will come forward. The second blessing that Miss Kayla May did for us, y'all are not ready, and it's the video. She's got a pink tank top on. She taught us how to watch Lily, her screen recording, without actually subscribing.
Okay. I don't care what else she has to say. So this is an example of people being like evil and wrongdoing. Let's calm down. It's rage bait.
Yeah.
But also, this is an example of people taking, like, how we've been saying this entire time, how people can take like Lily as like, well, all trans creators do this, and it's like, no, they just want to exist. Please stop it.
So we are seeing now that this Ashley girl did tag the person who is seemingly pressing charges, and clarified in the comments that for right now, her account is private, and it sounds like Disney is not involved in this, only Lily, and that her lawyer has advised her to private her account. So I think she did have a video saying what she was going to do, and then now everything's private because she wants to go about things the correct way. And so it's looking like it's not Disney. It's just Lily.
Yeah.
So, okay, and this is Kayla. This is just somebody who's been...
So it's people that are calling out Lily, but I still think that it's shrouded in like transphobia, and it's like one of her things says protecting women and children or transphobia. Let's break it down. And it's like, girl, I already know what you're going to say. It's not good. But again, I don't think that you need to protect women and children from Lily Tino. It's like, girl, you're getting it wrong. I think that she's not hurting women and children. She's hurting the trans community itself. Ugh.
Yeah, and that's the message that it's
perpetuating.
That
proves
exactly,
it right
and that's
there.
who she's catering to. Exactly.
Yes.
Like, that's who she's giving ammunition to. And that's what drives me crazy, because it's like, if you were trying to do the right thing for the trans community, you would recognize that. You do have a decent platform and enough attention to be like, this is like, I'm not a danger. Like, you wouldn't talk about it.
I hate it. I hate it so much. But I mean, I think that was a good example of her sucking overall, you know?
Yeah, just get it together, and like, what's the point here? Like, I want to know what her intentions were. Like, what was the intention, if it wasn't rage bait, to film in the bathrooms?
Attention.
Like, For what? Like, how do you think that you are truly helping the trans community, which she says that she's doing all the time? She says she's trying to educate all the time, trying to help all the time. And that this is like, you know, every time she gets misgendered or like somebody says something transphobic, like it's just proof as to like why she's got to keep going. And it's like, but you're doing things that people are misperceiving about trans people and then making it seem like that's normal. Like showing off and taking photos and raiding women's bathrooms. Like it just it upsets me. And again, then the homophobic and transphobic like rhetoric that it just like perpetuates. And one thing I do not like, and I like that you even brought that up about like those two creators that maybe felt like they were kind of like doing well, but like the dangers or whatever. It's like, that's not the point. And I don't like how this is pushing so many people back, because when you look in Lily's comments, like it's upsetting. Like the things that are said are like horrific. And whether you want to believe that she's like legitimately trans or not,
that's not for us or the general public
other
to
people
decide.
Who see that. Yeah, other people who see that, it's just like, I'm not trans and I like it hurts.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. I know that there's a petition right now to have her off of TikTok.
Girl, I'm going to need y'all to stop with your change.org petitions. That doesn't get anything done.
They don't. And unfortunately, I've learned that, like, you know, the hard way, like seeing families like more in like true crime wanting to get like justice and stuff like that with the petitions where like you kind of do get hopeful. And it's like, yeah, when you submit that, no one gives a
No one cares.
Yeah, it's sad. But anyways, I don't think that she'll be going well, maybe now, like if these charges actually go through, but
I mean, that's
where we're at right now.
Civil though, wouldn't it? It would be civil, not criminal.
I don't know, babe. You would definitely be much more versed in that, I think.
Which ain't saying much.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that all around is just upsetting because I don't want this to be fuel to harm anybody.
To encourage other people to encourage transphobia and harmful rhetorics. Scale-y.
Yeah. And I do feel like she knows what she's doing. She knows that by doing this, you know, even reminding everybody and bringing it back. That's where I'm like, you're pissing me off now.
Yeah.
Anyways,
on a less depressing note, what's the gayest thing you did over the weekend? Non-sexual.
I beaded.
What?
I feel like that. I beaded little like rainbow popsicles. And what else did I do? What else did I bead? Oh no, the axolotl was before. I'm starting to bead.
What is? Oh,
like beading the little like
the little like,
animals
keychain
and stuff.
Things.
Yes, it makes like Oriana and Reverie so happy.
I love that.
And it's like kind of like a little outlet for me.
Yeah, look at you go, babe.
Yeah, I like to like focus on it. But that I don't know, beating's gay. It just made me happy.
I think it is. It is. I'll be the judge of that. I cleaned out my closet and I organized my tops by color, type, and material.
Ooh, sleeve length as well?
That's what type means, yeah.
Oh, okay, I get it.
So
Sienna
like
did
tank
that for me
tops
when we moved in.
Halter tops and all that, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Good. Yeah, but do you feel so good, right?
Yeah. And then I
were you that meme where it's like all like there's just like a mountain of clothes and it's like me when like, you know, like the ADHD like really peaked.
It was so girl, it was such manic energy. It was a high and Tony had been asking me to do it for like 2 or 3 weeks now. And then finally he did his like 2 days before. And I was like, did you only do this to inspire me? And he's like, yeah, I'm hoping it'll like hit you. He's like, because I know like you won't do it or like won't do a good job at it unless it's like that feeling.
Unless you just commit. Yeah. You've got to get in there. Yeah. Oh, I emptied out my suitcase from London yesterday.
It's been over a month.
Yeah. But remember, I told you I had pulled some pieces out, then I had added things just because like I would be trying things out and then I just like throw it in there and be like, I'm going to deal with that when I empty it. So it had new things in there as well, but I dealt with it yesterday. So I feel also more refreshed.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
There are two different types of people. Someone who unpacks within 48 hours and one who unpacks. That's the end of that sentence. She unpacks. You just don't know when.
Oh, no, I keep you on your toes.
Girl, you keep yourself on your toes.
I really do. I thought that I literally thought that was going to be there till my next trip. There was a point of like no return where I was like, you know what? We're this far and Big Guy hasn't really said anything. So is he starting to accept this?
Was it at least in your office or was it in y'all's bedroom?
It was in our closet.
Okay. So like there could be a door closed. That's like with how my office and my closet are. It's just like, I'm just going to close this door. And what's back there? Nobody's business. Surely not mine.
It's no one's business. Yeah. Yeah. But I think he was really excited. He was like, he walked in and he's like, are you okay? I was like, it's time.
Yeah. After I did it, I walked up there to Tony and I was like, all done. And he's like, all done with what? And I was like, with my closet. I was like, there's nothing on you can see the floor. Everything is organized. I have 3 bags of things to donate. And he was like, and don't you feel better? And I was like, yeah, I guess.
No, we do though.
Yeah. I also like don't really wear stuff that's in there. Like I wear stuff out of my dresser because like I'm wearing workout clothes and like comfy clothes constantly, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's too much to do. Now I feel like I'm going to need to go upstairs and do the same. I want to get off the topic because I literally can't. There's no time right now.
Well, yeah, you need to go finish the Elizabeth episode 5.
Mm-hmm.
Please. And I have to go send an email for an interview for the final episode. So we both need to get to step in.
Love you guys.
Well, make sure that you stay feral.
Stay delusional.
Damn the man! Save the empire!
Goodbye.
Goodbye.